Hello, so here we are today and we're going to be painting up a statuary figure of Ratty from Wind in the Willows. So you can see he's finished there, the paint job is finished, and we'll go through the process of painting Ratty from start to finish. So the model is actually made from some kind of resin, the sort of resin models you pick up from garden centres. And I'm doing this for a lady, she wants it spruced up. As you can see there, we're getting started and all the paint has come away from the model, so we're gonna upgrade this statue, this resin statue, and create the paint job as you saw in the opening shots. So this is the same process of painting that I'd use on concrete statuary as well. Actually, most of the models like paint, I would use acrylic paint, which is what we're using in this video as well. Sometimes I use spray paint depending on what the project is, but on the whole usually use acrylic paint. So anyway, let's get to the video. I put some white paint where his shirt is, which you might have seen. So I just blocked in that area where his shirt is, and as you can see there, we're blocking in the fur, Ratty's fur, and I actually mixed up some orange mixed with green to create that particular brown. So I also use like a straight brown or bird's umber to paint other parts of Ratty, including his boots and the butt of his gun. Oh, and also his waistcoat, and you can see I'm just painting that in there, just using straight burnt umber. So what we're doing first of all is just blocking in all the areas with like solid paint, and as the video progresses we'll like apply washes and dry brush techniques also, just to bring the colours out and make it look a little bit more realistic perhaps. So I'm painting his coat, which is an orange colour as you can see there, and later on in the video we'll put a wash of a more red orange colour, which was achieved by just adding a bit of red to the orange, and we'll put a wash over that orange, wipe it off with a cloth to create a kind of nice 3D effect paint job, or the coat might look a bit worn as well, just to make it look a little bit more realistic perhaps. And the orange we're applying there will look like sort of highlights to the coat once the red wash is applied, if that makes any sense. So yeah, as you can see there, Ratty's got a gun, and in my head he's going clay pigeon shooting. So we're not at all for trophy hunting here at Drama Mask Evolution. So Ratty's going clay pigeon shooting. So I paint the trousers now black. As you can see, I don't do anything to the trousers, just one solid coat of black, or maybe two coats, just to kind of solidify the colour. Let's put Ratty on top of a makeshift stool so I can paint the boots and the underneath of the trousers. Like I said, the trousers are black, and we will paint the boots burnt umber brown, as you can see there. And just block it in our basic colours to give us a foundation for the later paint effects. So I decided to paint his cap green. And he has a matching bag to go with his hat in the same colour. So I mixed up a green with yellow and some white, and also painting his tie a darker green. I think the colour is emerald green, the straight colour. So now painting the strap of the bag, and that's just a straight black. So the colours are relatively basic. In some instances I might mix a few colours together for highlights and such. There's Tilly, Astro Cat in the background there. She wanders past a few times. So I think I left this for the night for the paint to dry nicely so we can apply some further layers. So as you can see there, we're applying another layer to Ratty's fur. It's on his face, head, hands or paws and a tail. And I've painted the gun with a bloody recording thing cut out for some reason, so I got to do the voiceover again. What I meant to say was I painted the gun with a cast iron effect paint. So in this part we're just basically doing the same as what we did in the first half of the video, just blocking in those colours and solidifying those colours with a second coat. I can't remember the actual story of Wind in the Willows. I remember seeing it. I've never read the book, but I saw it on TV a long time ago. And there used to be a series when I was a kid, maybe when I was about 10 years old, so that was sort of early 80s, and there was like an episode each week. It was like a stop motion animation thing, which I love, all that type of stuff. I've got my Trapdoor t-shirt on there, so I'm a big fan of Trapdoor. That was like an 80s thing as well, sort of later 80s, mid 80s maybe. So just applying like a flesh tone to the eyelids, as you can see there, and inside the ears and on the nose. So now applying some dry brushing. So that's a light colour going over the top of the cap there, and we'll also do the same with the bag, which Ratty's holding. So that's kind of like a white with a touch of green, so like an off-white green, very light green colour. Just to add some highlights to the cap and the bag, as you can see. And now adding some dry brushing to the fur, Ratty's fur, and just to bring the fur out a little bit more. So on the head, the hands and the tail, keeping the colours consistent in colour, of course, or tone. Just prop in Ratty on a makeshift stool there. And we just mixed up a burnt umber and lightened it up a little bit with a bit of white and perhaps yellow. And just dry brushing over the boots just to add some subtle highlights. And on Ratty's butt. Not literally his butt, his gun butt. So just to add some subtle highlights there. In those brown areas. Now applying a blue wash over the shirt. And there is actually some texture on that shirt. So applying that blue wash and then wiping off with a damp cloth so that the blue stays in the recesses, but also tinges that coat of white with a tint of blue. And now dry brushing over the cap and bag again. And now adding a wash of black to Ratty's tank top or waistcoat. And doing the same, just wiping it off there with a rag or toilet paper. And in some of the detailed areas where you want to get in the nooks and crannies, use some cotton buds or Q-tips, as you might say in North America. So these are biodegradable cotton buds, although I tend not to throw them out because they come in handy for all kinds of things and I can reuse them again and again and again. So there we are so far. So I got a silly fake cigarette in my mouth there. I've just given up smoking and on my 18th day of not smoking. So I just stuck that in my mouth. Like a baby with a dummy. Anyway, so far so good with the smoking. Or not smoking, I should say. I just have to take each day as it comes. Anyway, back to the painting, and we're applying a redder orange, as you can see, as a wash over the coat. And so we'll apply the wash with the paintbrush and wipe off with a damp cloth, as you can see there. So that kind of makes the jacket pop out a little bit more. It sort of creates that sort of shading effect. I like the way it sort of looks under the collars and in the armpit areas and the creases. Sort of subtle effect, but I think it looks quite nice. Now applying a black wash to the boots. Same again, wash on, wipe off. Like the Karate Kid. I think I forgot I had that fake cigarette in my mouth. I decided to go cold turkey and not bother with any vapes. I don't think I want to have anything. Bloody voice thing keeps cutting out again. I was just saying, you're not going to bother with the vapes. I don't think I want to put anything into my lungs now. Not a very good idea, as we all know. So, back to the painting, and we're just applying a green wash there, which is a mixture of green and yellow. I think it's emerald green and cadmium yellow. So again, it's wash on, wipe off. And that paint will stay behind in the recesses and the pattern on the cap and Ratty's bag. So a matching cap and matching bag. Or matching cap and bag, I should say. So you're sort of going for a worn look also. And just highlighting the tie, Ratty's tie there, with that lighter green in contrast to the darker green on the tie. Just applying another blue wash to the shirt, which also has a pattern on the shirt, so the blue can stay in the recesses but add a tint of blue to the undercoat white. Just using the cotton bud there, just again to the details. Wipe off. And now applying a darker wash to the fur, Ratty's fur, head, paws and tail. And same again. Wash on, wipe off. So sort of refining the fur. I find like the more times you do this, the more refined it gets, and you can get some nice effects if you've got the patience, and you could spend a lot of time building up the layers to create a really refined and realistic look. And in this video I did obviously put the basic colours in on one day. It didn't take all day, of course, but I just wanted to wait the night for the colours to dry and cure, and refining the colours the following day. And just applying as many as we could on that day. Like I say, you could go on forever, really. So using the hair dryer just to speed up the drying process. Which kind of satisfies my impatience. And adding another wash of orange red onto the jacket. To give that nice effect, sort of shaded effect on the jacket. And adding some lighter highlights onto Ratty's fur, and dry brushing those lighter highlights onto the fur, the head, paws and tail. Just touching up the shirt there, as you can see, and we're just adding the finishing touches now. Just a wash over, another wash over the cap and Ratty's bag. Green, and touching at the tie there, just adding a highlight. We've got some silver metallic paint just to paint on the buckle of the strap of the bag, and on the shotgun barrels where the gun is snapped, just to give that metallic look where the gun is open. And dry brushing some brass on Ratty's tank top buttons. So he's got some posh buttons there. Tally ho. So he's all toffed up, ready to meet Toadie and Badger to do some clay pigeon shooting. So painting the eyes there is pretty much black. Brown, very, very dark brown, but pretty much black, really. And I'm just painting up a pig there. The eyes of a pig, which has been hanging around. His or her eyes have been wanting to be painted for a long time. So now I've got Ratty, which are both of them at the same time. And they could both be lacquered at the same time. I was going to add a sparkle to the eyes with a dot of white paint, but I think the eyes look good as they are, with a natural reflection on the paint. Let's try brushing a little subtle highlight onto the gun butt also. And that's it, that's pretty much done. Like I say, I might add some more highlights on the fur, and if I do that, I'll show everybody on the update or questions and answers monthly video. But that's pretty much it for now. I think he looks okay. Looks pretty good, I think. We put some flesh tones inside the ears and on the nose, which I can't remember if I mentioned or not, because the recording keeps cutting out, so I can't remember what I said and what I haven't said. But anyway, there we are. There's Ratty done, ready to go. Painted up, looking dapper. And off for a jaunt of clay pigeon shooting. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave any comments in the comments below if you want to. and see you in the next video. Thanks again, and over and out for now.